Hey, welcome to the You Ask the Pros Answer podcast. Your questions answered by the pros you trust. My name is Cole. I am one of the hosts on the show. And on today's episode, we are diving into something truly special, the power of community partnership. We've got an awesome guest with us today, representing an organization that is doing vital work right here in our community. Lindsay Dodge is the Director of Programs for Sussex County Habitat for Humanity. She and I were able to have a conversation where I learned a lot about Habitat's mission and how we can get involved. I'm excited for you to hear this conversation, so let's jump right in. This is the You Ask the Pros Answer podcast. Do you have questions about an upcoming exterior contracting project? We've got answers. Welcome to the You Ask the Pros Answer podcast. Lindsay, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So, Lindsay, you and I were talking off mic. I think the majority of the people listening or watching today know about Habitat for Humanity in name or in concept, but I would imagine that not too many of us have interacted on a personal level. So I'm wondering if we could start today just with hearing about the mission of Habitat. Like most organizations, I know Pro Exteriors is no exception. Mission drives everything we do, and I know that to be true of Habitat for Humanity as well. So could you share a little bit about the mission?
Absolutely. We're a very mission-driven organization. Our mission is seeking to put God's love into action. Sussex County Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, community, and hope. What that means for us is we believe in safe, decent, affordable housing for all. And how we do that is we work towards 4 main program areas. So we build and sell homes with affordable mortgages. We repair owner-occupied homes. We provide free financial coaching for any Sussex County resident. And we advocate for housing issues at the local, state, and national level. We're not a giveaway program. Our homeowners purchase their homes at market rate with an affordable mortgage, which is defined as no more than 30% of their income. They also contribute sweat equity, which is working on their home and their neighbors' homes at least 200 hours. And they attend homeowner education classes and financial literacy coaching. Since 1991, we've built 200 homes and we've repaired over 500 homes within Sussex County.
That is awesome. As you were sharing about the mission of Habitat, that old adage came to mind, the give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, you feed him for many, many days. And I feel like that is probably at the heart of what Habitat does. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. So we're all about making sure that our families are well equipped to not only get into their home and purchase their home, but stay in their home and be able to afford to be in their home and have all of the other things that come along with home ownership while they're there. So we make sure they're prepared in every way before they purchase their home.
Yeah, and I imagine there's got to be a huge sense of pride the day that they take ownership, they take those keys and walk in for the first time because they've been a part of the process, right?
Absolutely. So most of our families are in our program anywhere from 6 to 12 months, and they're going through those classes. They're saving up for their closing costs. They're building their home and their neighbors' homes along with our volunteers. So by the time we get to what we call a dedication, it's a ceremony, usually a week or a few weeks before they close on their home. We bring the whole community together, the volunteers, local organizations, and it's just an amazing point of pride for them, an opportunity. They get to speak and share their story with all who attend. It's really a special day.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen photos of some of those days, and it never ceases to bring a smile to my face to see that. And all right, I want to move on. So I know I was just on Habitat's website earlier today. I know there's a staff, like this is your full-time job. However, yes. I also know that the work that Habitat does could not be done without volunteers and partnerships. You just mentioned volunteers being so invested that they show up for these dedication ceremonies.
Yes. So we see about 2,000 or more volunteers over the course of a year. Some of those come once or twice, and others come as often as multiple times a week. They're on our construction sites. They're running our front desk. They serve on our committees and our board. We couldn't do it without our volunteers.
Cool. So the power of partnership. I know I was relatively new to the Pro Exteriors team last year when this took place, but Pro Exteriors has had, I'm going to call it the honor of helping out with Habitat for going on the last year or so. Could you talk just a little bit about how that came to be?
Yes. So Aaron Rogers and I connected last year. I was looking for roofing companies to bid on all of our houses over the next year. So about 15 homes. Honestly, when I met with Aaron, I was hoping that he'd give us a competitive price and maybe a little bit of a discount. But by the time we left the meeting, Aaron had pledged all of the materials and the labor to do the roofs on every house that we built for the next year. And what was really cool about that meeting was Aaron is such a genuine guy, and he told me that he wanted to really lead in the area as our roofing provider and hopefully inspire other contractors to do the same in their area of expertise. And it's just been such an impact and such a blessing for us. We've partnered on over 10 homes so far with Pro Exteriors, and we have several more coming up in the weeks and months ahead. So we've been everywhere from Laurel to Milford to Milton and Seaford. And you guys just continue to show up for us and support our mission. We really appreciate it.
Well, I'm just one part of the Pro Exteriors team, but I can say the partnership has done more for our team culture, I think, than it's done for anyone else. So I feel like we're getting the better end of the deal. It creates this sense of purpose. We love working on all sorts of homes all across Sussex County and the Eastern Shore of Maryland, but this extra sense of purpose and to, like I said, seeing those photographs of the dedication ceremonies or services with families, these deserving families, it just, I think it's brought our team closer together over the last year, and we are thrilled to partner. Aaron is one of these guys that if he doesn't have to be on camera, he won't be. And so when he says that it was our goal to try and spur other trade businesses on, he really means that. We are not out to make a name for ourselves. It's really about, all right, hey, we've been given something, whether it be a gift or a talent, we need to pay it forward. I'm incredibly proud to be part of an organization like that. Like I said, though, the work doesn't happen without a ton of volunteers and partnerships. I want to give you the platform to call others to action. What are some of the actionable steps that folks watching or listening today can take?
So we all have different gifts and talents. I always tell people that they can support us with their time, treasure, and voice. So we meet our supporters where they are. No gift is too small or too large. Time is probably the thing that people think about first. So when people think about volunteering with Habitat for Humanity, they usually picture construction volunteerism. And that's really amazing and impactful. The average Habitat home uses over 2,000 hours of volunteer labor. And that's how we keep our costs affordable. You'll remember earlier I said Habitat's not a giveaway program. Our Habitat homeowners purchase their home. And all of the volunteer work that goes into our homes and generous donations like yours are the reason we're able to build homes in an affordable way. The first thing people usually say when I say, oh, you could volunteer on the job site with us is, oh, well, I don't know anything about building a home or construction. And that's okay. You don't need any experience to help us build on a site. You just need a heart to serve. We offer safety and training workshops once a month on Saturdays, so you can come out, learn how to use every tool we use on site prior to volunteering on the job site. We have regular volunteers who come out and do this a few times a month or a few times a week. And then we also work with civic groups, businesses, churches, and even groups of friends who will come out for the day. They'll build relationships. It's great for team building. They support our mission and they learn skills all through the day. And it's just a wonderful day of fellowship and fun, learning, and service.
What if swinging a hammer is just not for you? What would you say to that?
So that's fine. People say that. And we have lots of other ways that you can get involved too. So we do have a restore in Lewis. Restore is a thrift store. We sell mostly home-oriented products, building materials, furniture, furnishings. And that store runs almost completely on volunteers. We have a few staff members, and most of the people you'll interact with when you're shopping are there giving their time. Again, keeping costs affordable, keeping it so that money can mostly go back into our mission to serve more families. So we're always looking for help. And then we also have committees. So if your skills are more in a professional background and being in retail, being on the construction site aren't a good fit for you, just reach out to us. Let us know what your skill set and your interests are, and we may be able to put you on a committee that's similar to your background, your interests, your talents, such as finance, such as being a mentor for our families. It really just depends on where your talents lie. And then lastly, we're always recruiting for our front desk. That job is greeting people who come into our office looking for help or services or for an appointment. And for that, you just need an outgoing, friendly personality and the desire to serve in our main office in Georgetown.
All right, so you just provide a bunch of ways that people can take action, but that was just one of the 3 prongs that you talked about. So that was just the time. How can people give of their treasure?
Yes, so treasure is so important as well. We couldn't do what we do without the generous financial support of our donors. So we work with individuals, businesses, and organizations, and they all play a major part in the success of our organization. So financial support, people usually think cash. We will always gladly say thank you for that. But there are other ways that people can support us financially too. So treasure could also be an in-kind donation. That's what Pro Exteriors is doing with us through their partnership. So that could be goods or services, or in Pro Exteriors' case, it's both. So they're donating the roofing materials and they're donating their labor to install the materials. So that can be a great way for business owners to get rid of unwanted items. We are a nonprofit, so we can give you the paperwork for tax deductions. And then if you were donating products or materials, we may use that on our construction site like we do with our Pro Exteriors partnership, or we can resell those products at our restore. And our restore will even come and pick up items from you if you schedule that in advance. So you don't even have to transport it to Lewis.
All right, Lindsay, so far you've shared how folks can use their time and their treasure to advance the mission of Habitat, but you also alluded to folks using their voice. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yes. So the third way that people can support us is just by being a voice for us while they're out in the community. So if anyone can, please spread the word. We're in an affordable housing crisis in Sussex County, in Delaware, and in the U.S. at large. Almost half of renters and a third of all homeowners in our community are housing cost burdened. What we mean by that is that they're paying at least 30% or more of their gross income, so before taxes. Over 30% of their income is going towards their housing, and 1 in 7 households in our community are paying over half of their gross income towards housing. That's a problem, and it causes more problems. So the housing crisis creates labor shortages in our area. If people can't live where they work, they just won't work there. And it causes housing instability for local families as well. So we're looking to change that. And there are lots of benefits of Habitat as well. So for every $1 that is spent on a Habitat home, about $2 is put back into the local economy. So we're helping families. We're also helping other businesses and the local economy at large. So please spread the word. There are a lot of misconceptions about affordable housing, but it's good for people, it's good for the community, and it's good for the economy.
So Lindsay, before today, something that I didn't know, but I just learned was that Habitat is also in the position to be able to purchase land. So what does that look like?
Absolutely. So sometimes as a nonprofit, people think that we're looking for everything for free. And while we'll always welcome a donation, we know that most people aren't in a position to just give away, donate land or property. We're very fortunate that we've been good stewards of our resources, of different funding sources, and we're able to purchase land at market rates, and we're always looking for more land to build on. So how somebody could help listening to this podcast, consider selling land to us or spreading the word that we're looking for land to purchase. We're interested in anything from raw land to shovel-ready lots, and we're looking as small as single buildable lots all the way up to something with subdivision potential.
All right, so audience, I know you have a social media presence, even if it's just a Facebook page, whatever. I know you have people in your direct sphere. You have coworkers, you have people you go to school with, people you go to church with. If you are in a position to sell land, awesome. But if you know of somebody who is, awesome. If you don't know, you can always, it takes you no time at all to craft a post, and you don't know the kind of impact that you might be making in the life or lives of others right here within our community. So Lindsay, we've talked about time, how people can give their time, treasure, and their voice. Those are really three easy ways to remember ways that we can get involved. And I'm so thankful that you've shared that, because like I said, so many of us know of Habitat in name. We've seen the work that can be done, but you've allowed us to kind of see behind the curtain and all the different ways that Habitat really does partner with folks right here in our community. Lindsay, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today, sharing the heart behind Habitat for Humanity. What is just maybe one, two, three, a few things that you would like to share with our audience before we go today?
So I think I'll leave you with, you don't have to commit your life to Habitat to support us. So things that you can do that would make our heart happy and would also be great for you. Shop at our restore, donate at our restore. They have all kinds of amazing things there, and the proceeds go right back into the community for affordable housing. Attend our events. We have lots of fun events throughout the year. We post them on our website and on social media. And two, if you do have a small business, consider sponsorships. We have different opportunities throughout the year that might fit with your audience. And just be a support for us in the community. If you see a post that you like, share it and spread the word.
Audience, the Sussex County chapter of Habitat for Humanity, the website will be in the show notes. You can click right there. You can learn all about them. The link to the restore is also on there. All right, Lindsay, thank you again for spending some time with us today and sharing your heart and the heart behind Habitat for Humanity. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cole. It's really been a pleasure.
That is all we have for you today on the You Ask the Pros Answer podcast. Lindsay, thank you so much again for spending time with us today. Folks, to learn more about Habitat for Humanity, please visit sussexcountyhabitat.org or click the link in the show notes. Hey, would you please help us get the word out about this show? The best way to do that is to leave reviews on Apple Podcasts, follow us on social media, or simply tell a friend. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Before we go, we want to hear from you. What are some of the questions you have related to exterior home remodeling? Process involved, maybe some of the options that are out there. You can send your questions to info@askproexteriors.com and simply place "You Ask" in the subject. If you are facing an upcoming home project, we hope this show empowers you to tackle it with confidence. Remember, knowledge is power, and a little research can go a long way. Until next time, happy homeowning. The You Ask the Pros Answer podcast is produced in-house by the Pro Exteriors team. Pro Exteriors is the exterior contracting division of Empire Construction Group, LLC. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. For more answers to your questions, please subscribe to this channel and podcast so you'll never miss an episode. Do you have an upcoming home remodeling project? Find more answers to your questions at askproexteriors.com. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Would you please help us out by hitting that subscribe button? That would be awesome. Also, if you never want to miss another one of our uploads, please be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, thanks. See ya.